Hey everybody, Raven here, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscription button and the notification bell, ding, so you don't miss any of the great upcoming live stream auctions and coin roll hunts that we do, as well as more content like we have right now today. Today, I want to talk about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is silver stacking. Not only that, but a specific thing that has happened in recent time, and that's inflation and its effect on the price of silver in today's market. I also want to discuss, of course, the factors that have led to that, and then what I think the future of silver prices will be here in the next couple months. All right, so let me get into a little bit of history about what I think is driving some of the stuff that's happened. Well, first, historical pricing, and then what I think their factors are driving the price right now. So as you can see under the scope, I have an American Silver Eagle. These are known across the board as a highly recognizable liquid solid asset, so to speak. Something that is easy to get rid of because it is backed the way it is, and it's a great product. So those Silver Eagles, I used to, about a year and a half or so, give or take, I could get Silver Eagles about $18 a piece on average, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. And the premiums a lot of times were only like a dollar, $1.50, maybe sometimes as low as a buck, or whatnot through bullion dealers online. But then you had local coin dealers that would give you a little bit more of a break. Sometimes you only be spending 25 cents or paying very close to spot because people really like to have a cash flow. And, so you want to, again, as a dealer or whatnot, you have to have cash flow to keep bringing in new product and whatnot. So that was the average price we were paying, for Silver Eagles. And then for 90% constitutional, or what other people call junk silver, like these Merc Dimes and Rosies here, we were paying on an average probably 12 times face, sometimes 13, sometimes as high as 15, sometimes actually as low as 9 and 10. It just really depended, again, on what the current demand was happening and what position the dealer or whatnot that you deal with was in needing cash flow. So you could get some really cool deals. Now, cut forward to today and the things that have happened in the last couple of years. You had the, of course, COVID pandemic and lockdown and people being home and life changing in such a way that, simple things like sanitizer and toilet paper and everything were hoarded, and next thing you know, we have a lack of supply with a huge demand and a disruptive supply chain. Now, if you have all three factors like that, you have the perfect storm for inflation, and hopefully not hyperinflation. You don't want this to get out of hand, because if it does, it could get really ugly. But I honestly think that our future is looking pretty good. So with that being said, in the last few months, just from May to June, there's been a 1% increase in inflation across the board. And you might think, well, 1%, well, that's not that much. Actually, that's up 5 times higher from just a year ago. To give you an example, ladies and gentlemen, used car prices in the last couple of months have jumped 45% in value. That's what they're getting. There's just not enough used cars. And with all the extra money that was sent to people for the payments from the pandemic, they now have more disposable income, which also is leading to this, where people that normally wouldn't pay above sticker price are offering above sticker price so that they can get it before the other Joe does. Other things, milk up 6%, vegetables and fruits up 3%, gas prices up over 45% on average across the nation. That is insane. Now, like I said before, we've had a number of supply chain issues that have happened. The United States Postal Service has been running really slow for a while. and a lot of people complaining about things like that. And that's one of the bigger supply chains out there. And so, if one of the things I guess I should talk about is supply and demand in itself. If you don't know about the basic factors of economics, the more supply, or if you have a good supply but a huge demand, the more demand you have and a smaller supply, and especially a break in the supply chain, the prices are going to go up, and go up sometimes exponentially. And that is just the law of economics, supply and demand. And it's unfortunate, but it drives people, to do stuff like that. Then you take YouTube and the proliferation of all the YouTube channels. There's so many people out there right now. Myself, Rob Finds Treasure, Silver Seeker, Yankee Stacker, Silver Dragons, Salivate Metals, just a lot of different channels that buy a Plumber Stacker, one of the newer guys, Big Flip. All these channels buy a good amount of silver and have a certain amount of demand themselves. Then you have their audiences that are bringing in that demand, and that's, is increasing it as well. It's great for the communities. It's great for, growth and competition as YouTubers. And I really think it's really good to see a lot more stuff being kind of mainstream, in the sense of you see so many more people being involved with coin roll hunting and coin collecting and stacking because of what's been going on with the pandemic and being home and having that extra time to sit there and, watch our videos and learn about stacking, and then they tell their friends and it grows. So now you get into what I think, or I'm going to touch the subject of what I think the future of silver prices and things in general will be. I am not a financial advisor. I am only discussing my personal opinion on my experience and what I see. So I'm not giving you financial advice. If you want to make a decision, that's your choice. Right now and in the future, I'm going to invest into silver no matter what's going on, just because of what I have to do as a YouTube channel that focuses on stacking and doing auctions and coin roll hunting and coin collecting. But with that said, I think as people return to a regular lifestyle and back to work, factories are running at full speed. The supply chain is getting, more support with the United States Postal Service and all that, and you have more employees back in those jobs that are so essential, we will actually see prices go back to a lower level over time. Now, I can't give you a specific number of what I think it'll be, but I honestly, if I were to take an educated guess, I would probably think that around 20, 21 bucks is where silver might settle down in the next few months. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed because it's all speculation. I don't know exactly what will happen, but I think we have a really bright future ahead of us. And, just keep stacking, because it is a long-term investment when you do commodities. You can do a short-term flip on them and whatnot, but for the most part, any investment should be looked at as long-term, and you go with the peaks and the valleys and try to have a nice growth over time. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you want to correspond, it's ravenhawkcoins@gmail.com. Our P.O. Box is 721-296, Norman, Oklahoma, 73070. Like always, please make sure to take care of one another. Ravenhawk Coins, have a great day.